This beautiful girl sets off on a dream trip to the Middle East with her boyfriend. But what unfolds is far beyond anything she ever imagined. She ends up leaving her boyfriend for a mysterious stranger who shows her a whole new world of thrills and pleasures. In the scorching desert heat, their actions get steamier, raising not just the temperature but the tension too. But neither of them has any idea that something dangerous is lurking just behind them. A threat that's about to turn their lives completely upside down. What is this danger? Let's find out. The story begins with a dramatic scene. Two people trying to climb down a tall cliff. Suddenly, they slip and fall. And that's when the story cuts to flashback. We meet David and Lucy. David is a successful lawyer. Lucy is a food scientist. They're madly in love and are about to get married. Before their wedding, they decide to take a short vacation to an Arabian country. They check into a luxury hotel. That evening, Lucy arrives at dinner early. David is running a little late. At a nearby table, a man named Ben notices Lucy sitting alone and sends her a local dish to try. She smiles at the gesture and glances toward him. Just then, David shows up. Ben realizes Lucy isn't alone and quietly walks away. David shares exciting news. He's just won a major case and is expecting a big bonus. He gifts Lucy a ring and proposes to her right there. Overjoyed, Lucy says yes. The next morning, they plan to explore the desert. But David suddenly gets a call from his office. He has to attend an urgent video meeting. He can't make the trip. Lucy is disappointed and frustrated. David always puts work above their relationship. He tries to calm her down and suggests she go without him. Still upset, she agrees. And that's when her life takes a turn she never expected. Angry and alone, Lucy joins a desert group tour. As she arrives, she spots someone familiar. Ben, the same guy from the hotel. She walks over and they start talking. Ben tells her he's heading out to a mountain range 30 miles away for a private trek. He asks, "Want to come along?" At first, Lucy declines and returns to her car. But as she sits there thinking, she changes her mind. Meanwhile, we see Ben looking at her from his vehicle. Moments later, Lucy steps out and decides she's going with him. Ben approaches and says, "You drive for now. I'll nap a bit, then take over after 10 miles. Lucy laughs and says, "Fine, but I need to be back at the hotel by 4 p.m. tomorrow." And with that, the two set off into the vast desert. Hot winds, endless dunes, no roads. But the trip feels thrilling. After hours of driving, they reach the base of a mountain surrounded by nothing but sand for miles. Lucy is amazed by the view. It takes her breath away. Cut to David, back at the hotel, ready for his big virtual meeting. Then, he gets a call. The meeting has been canceled. Everything was decided without him. David is devastated. He realizes he ruined their vacation. And for what? A meeting that never even happened. Back in the desert, night begins to fall. Ben and Lucy are preparing to camp under the stars. Lucy asks, "So, what do you actually do?" Ben smiles and replies, "Nothing special, just wandering through life, trying to live it fully." They talk for hours, laughing, sharing stories. Lucy captures moments on her camera. They begin to feel a real connection. Ben leans in, tries to kiss her. But Lucy, still unsure, gently pulls away. The night passes. The next morning, Lucy wakes up and sees something strange. Ben is paragliding off the mountain. She shouts his name, but it's too late. He's already flown away. Then, she notices a small note he left behind. Ben had left a simple note. "I'll meet you at the bottom." What else could Lucy do? She gets behind the wheel and begins the descent down that dangerous mountain road, alone. It's not smooth, it's not safe, but with determination, she finally makes it down, where Ben is already waiting. Meanwhile, back at the hotel, David is pacing anxiously, waiting for Lucy to return. But when the tour van pulls in, it's empty. David rushes to the travel agent and asks, "Where's Lucy? She was supposed to be on that van." The agent shrugs. "She was never on it." Panic sets in. Where the hell did she go? David has no answers. Back in the desert, Lucy yells at Ben in frustration. "You left me in a horrible spot. I should have been back at the hotel hours ago." The two finally start heading back. At first, the drive is calm. Ben plays a cassette in the car, some mellow music from his collection. But after a while, Lucy gets irritated. The music feels annoying. Too loud, too slow, too something. She snaps, pulls the cassette out, and throws it out the window. Ben says nothing. He calmly stops the car, steps out, walks back, and picks the cassette out of the sand. But when he returns, there's a new problem. The car's tire is stuck deep in the desert sand. Ben tries to get it loose, but the more he pushes, the deeper it sinks. Now things are going downhill. Their water bottles are nearly empty. The heat is brutal, and the desert stretches endlessly in every direction. Frustrated, Lucy turns to Ben. "Is there any other way out of here?" Ben replies, "The highway's 30 miles east, but walking in the heat is suicide. We'll go at night when it's cooler." But Lucy refuses. She's had enough. Without waiting, she grabs a bottle of water, slings on a bag, and starts walking into the scorching emptiness, alone. But this desert doesn't forgive easily. Within an hour, her water is gone. Her lips crack, her legs give out, and the sun bears down like fire. It hits her. Ben was right. Drained and desperate, Lucy begins to stumble back toward the car. Meanwhile, David has launched his own search. He questions hotel staff, desperate for a clue. When no one can help, he storms into the local police station. But the officer there barely takes him seriously. "Disappearances happen all the time here. You'll probably hear something by evening. That's the last straw." David explodes. "You know what I hate the most? Waiting." And with that, he punches the officer square in the face. What happened next? What did that girl do with the stranger in the desert? Did the husband find his wife, or did something else happen? Comment below to know in part 2.